Weather is nice right now before the rain, so let's go on a garden tour. So this is coming down from my deck. We recently put in this brick path. It was a back-breaking job, but it turned out so beautifully. I picked up the bricks from Restore, which is the Habitat for Humanity's consignment store. It looks so good, and we did the gravel kind of on the sides, and I started planting some. I want some like creeping ground cover in the gravel, sort of to pull in from the sides of the flower beds and create kind of more of that cozy cottagey vibe. But I just love how it turned out. I think it's so charming. It's so cottagey. The reclaimed bricks look really good with the other brick on my house. And I just love how it turned out. But up my steps, we have lots of begonias and ferns and shadier plants right here. This is the shadiest spot. And then down here we have the hydrangeas are starting to bloom. I love the hydrangeas. These are kind of late to the party. They get the least amount of sun. There's other hydrangeas I'll show you that are blooming better, but once these go, they'll be beautiful. I got dragon wing begonias up there, some coleus. I love the contrast with the dark and then the brighter tones. Pots here. These are double impatiens. They're so cute. They're like little roses. Some Gara. I have some lilies in these pots that are starting to peek out. Those will bloom a little later in the season. Over here we got our caladiums that are starting to go. Look at the size of this caladium leaf. Isn't that insane? This is Summer Breeze. Look how giant. That's my whole hand. It's so big and beautiful. I love caladiums, and the Summer Breeze is such a gorgeous one. If you have a shady spot, it just pops. It looks really good in like moonlight gardens. This was some salvia that I grew from seed that I collected from a salvia I bought last year. Lantanas are starting to bloom. Hydrangeas are starting to bloom. The delphiniums, this delphinium is finally starting to fade. This one stalk of delphinium was blooming for weeks. It was such a good one, but it's starting to fade. We got little offshoots. I'm collecting the seeds now so that I can regrow that starting in the fall. Lots of salvias. This is a really cute ground cover I just planted. I love the color of these blooms. It's like a deep, beautiful blue. Nasturtiums are starting to bloom and kind of fall over. This is a salvia rockin' fuchsia. It's a great one. It's really beautiful. It's got these dark bracts with this beautiful fuchsia bloom. Then we have mystic spires. Back in the back we have purple night salvia that's like 5 feet tall, more than 5 feet tall. Still have a few larkspur hanging in there. More impatiens, more salvia. This is the summer jewel salvia. It self-seeds like crazy. It's a really cute one. More salvia here. The holly ferns are looking amazing. The purple heart tradescantia is starting to bloom, and this will kind of spill over this wall area. It's super pretty. Beautyberry is blooming. This beautyberry is over my head. It's really pretty. Over on this side, our Japanese painted fern is starting to really take off, mixed in with some white impatiens, some purple tradescantia. The sweet spire was blooming. This is the little Henry sweet spire. This sweet spire I really love. It will turn red. The leaves turn red in the fall, so it's a nice one for 2 seasons of interest. Some lilies. My Casablanca lilies bloomed first and have faded, but I have some other lilies that are about to bloom here. Some mums. Beautiful mums are starting to bloom. Plume flower. This is a great one if you want tropical looking color in shady spots. It does really well in shady spots. Same with the impatiens. These are balsam impatiens that you plant from seed. They reseed themselves, so they'll come back in this spot every year. But these are also fantastic for shade. Hydrangeas in the pot still looking good. Then just the view out here is so pretty. Just turn the corner and just look down, especially down this way right now looks so pretty because of just all the salvias and the colors. Just such a pretty view. Jewels of Opar is a great one if you want a dainty looking wispy kind of seed-like plume on this green foliage. So this is my first year growing this. I hear it self-seeds really well, so I'm hoping it'll just kind of fill in this area. Butterfly bush is starting to bloom. This is the Twist and Shout lace cap variety hydrangea. It's looking beautiful and blooming. Fuchsia fountain skullcap. This is a great one, super easy to propagate. I had one plant, now I have this planted many places through propagation. The coleus got a little destroyed by hail that we had come through when we had our storm a week ago, but it still is great color. The pond looks amazing right now. I have all of my irises are blooming, the cannas are starting to bloom, the pond plants are starting to take off. It just looks really good this time of year. Antennas are blooming. I got a few larkspur in here hanging on, a few phlox hanging on. These little caramel phlox I planted from seed are still going. My Peruvian lilies are popping up, which is beautiful. Rising sun redbud, it looks really lovely. The green, the bright green looks just really good against the darker tones. This is the Texas Gold Columbine. It's hanging in there. I'm still getting a few blooms off of that as well. This hydrangea is gorgeous. Look how huge this is. It's really blooming well. A lot of balsam here. And then I have ageratum, which is blooming really well. I grew this from seed, but it's really easy to propagate from cuttings once you start growing it. Got a lot of satsumas happening. My nectarines have been decimated by squirrels. I've been trying to keep them. I put little organza bags all around these nectarines because I started noticing that they were disappearing. And now I just find bagged nectarines all over the ground. So this had like 40 something nectarines, and now I think I have like 4 left, which I'm so sad about. So if anyone has a solution to keeping the squirrels off the nectarines, let me know, because I would love to actually taste one day. That would be great. These are like old-fashioned petunias I grew from seed, and they just sprawl and climb. I love how they're like climbing up into this rose. Sherberty orange rose with this white climbing up in there. I just planted this flower bed up with the summer. I pulled the snapdragons and the cooler weather flowers, and now I put in more zinnias and cosmos and celosia and some sunflowers. This will be pretty full in like a month. Vegetable garden with just a smorgasbord of stuff. Pretty nasturtiums kind of growing, falling over. There's some more nasturtiums here. Different variety. Then in here, angel trumpet. That's getting big. That's coming back. I planted this in the fall, and then it died back to the ground in the winter, and it's already like almost to the top of the fence. And then the canna. These are my neighbor's canna, but I love these canna. I think I'm going to ask her if I can take some rhizomes to put over behind those canna. So I have like tall, dark orange, and then the light orange. I think that would be really pretty. These dahlias are my pride and joy right now. These are like this beautiful, like lemony, zesty yellow dahlia that I grew from seed, and I don't know which ones. I grew so many different varieties of dahlia from seed. I'm not sure which ones these are, but these are so beautiful. Like I have some dahlias in the front that I grew from tubers, and I swear the seed dahlias seem to just do better. I think maybe just because they're fully grown from seed from the start in our climate, I think they just do a better job. But these are so pretty right now. I love those dahlias. This is celosia that's coming back up from last year. It's just self-seeding. The mums are starting to bloom. Hi friend. This is a salvia I grew from seed called Victoria something, white Victoria something salvia. Some foxglove coming. The Mexican heather is coming back. These roses are just incredible. Look at this giant rose. Do you see? It's huge. I forget the name of it. I wish I would have kept the tag. This is probably my favorite rose I grow. It is so disease resistant. It smells so good, and you can't even tell on camera, but it is like a almost neon salmon tone, like deep salmony pinky orange, and it is gorgeous and so big. The blooms are so big on this. It's so pretty. See that? Isn't that gorgeous? My jazz hands is starting to turn. This jazz hands loropetalum starts out this just like regular purple, and then by the summer it goes into this spotty pink and white, which is super cute and really good for like put in like floral arrangements as like a filler. Picked up these sunflowers. I could not help it. Look at these sunflowers. I just picked these up from Kroger. They were $9.99. So if you have a Kroger near you, $9.99 for this giant sunflower. I mean, it is like 3.5 feet tall, and I think it's just probably topped out right here. This is like the dwarf variety, but it is so well branched. There are so many blooms on this sunflower, and there's another one there too that has a different bloom on it. This has like the orange and yellow, and that one's just pure yellow. But I could not pass it up. These are so healthy and so well branched, and they're locally grown. So I'm hoping to harvest seeds off them and regrow them next year because they're gorgeous. So bee balm is coming up. This is the coral salvia again that I love, that I grew from seed. More mums about to bloom. Pentas. Phlomis. This is new. I picked this up from HEB on clearance. So I thought I'd give it a shot. It's just the only problem is this is kind of a boggy spot, and Phlomis is a dry soil plant. So I think I might keep it in a pot above that boggy spot and keep the soil a little drier and see if it won't fill in this spot with some yellow. Salvia, this is a Wendy's Wish, I believe, salvia with that pink that's kind of like looser formed. And then all of these lilies, when they bloom, I will show you because they're gonna be gorgeous, but all of these are like tiger lily that are about to bloom. My pond lilies are blooming, and my pond plants are blooming. These are the black gamecock Louisiana iris that are also getting attacked by thrips. Thrips are so bad this year. I don't know if everyone else is experiencing that, but I just feel like they have been terrible. But they still look beautiful. These black gamecock Louisiana iris are like deep purple. And then back under the arch in here, more irises, more lantana, more mums starting to pop up. Lilies, beautiful lilies. I love lilies. I'm obsessed with lilies. I got started with the Casablanca lilies and got obsessed, and now I just plant lilies everywhere. But just this view down here is just so colorful and happy right now. I don't know if you can see. More lilies over here. If you plant elephant ear, I know it says full sun, but these are all in like part shade to shade, and they love it. They do so well. They're huge. I mean, I can't even show you how big these are. This isn't even as big as they'll get, but they'll fill in. And then I have Mexican petunia back here that'll fill in, as well as the shrimp plant, the red shrimp plant back there, and that kind of mingles together. And so by like midsummer, this will be, you know, over my head, and purple flowers, red flowers, and giant elephant ear. This tree fern, which I'm very excited to be growing. This is its second year in the pot. I got it from Walmart. It was a tiny baby, but it was like $7, and I would love a tree fern, like a big one right here. We just got rid of our trampoline, so we have just a mud pit that we're gonna sod. So I'm excited to have that gone. Now I actually have a nice space right here without, you know, a big old black circle in the middle of the yards. Up onto the deck, we have agapanthus. This is a white agapanthus. It's gorgeous. I have it in a pot. If you don't know, agapanthus actually really like constricted roots. So I have found that, oh, look at that. See this? This is called a squirrel, has left me a satsuma it didn't want to eat. So they're now getting onto my satsumas, which is awesome. And by awesome, I mean awful, and I hate it. Anyway, agapanthus like being in pots. They like restricted roots. So if you have an agapanthus that isn't blooming and it's in the ground, consider digging it up and putting it in a pot, or otherwise restricting the roots by using more planting around it. The ones I have in pots always bloom better than the ones I have in the ground, and I think it's because of that. So these are beautiful agapanthus. I love them. This is the American wisteria It's growing along here. It did bloom a little bit. It's still a baby. This is only its second year. They're also in pots on the posts, and so I'm hoping it'll just climb, fill in. I'll probably need to reinforce my cables because I know it's going to get heavy eventually, but it's pretty. My mini roses, I always buy mini roses at the grocery store when I see them for like $3. They're so sweet. I love this color in particular. This lavender is just really, really pretty. And then I have it planted with my favorite little filler for foliage, which is the aluminum plant, which I got in the indoor section of like a Home Depot or somewhere like that years ago. And now I just propagate it constantly because it propagates so easily in water, and I just put it wherever I want to have some filler. And I have this abutilon, which is really beautiful. I don't think there's blooms on it right now, but even the foliage of it is so pretty. Like maple leaf foliage. And that is the tour of my back garden. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it.